breaks. Is Isaiah Thomas the Celtics' most important player?
Yes.
Tonight against the Pacers, IT, 28 points, 9 assists. They got the victory, 109-102. Could Thomas, who was drafted 60th overall in 2011, be more important than Al Horford and the rest of the guys on the roster?
The answer is yes. You know, Isaiah Thomas, he's not going to get MVP votes, but if you want to look at pure value to your team, he takes the Celtics to a whole nother level. Maybe the Celtics are an 8 seed, maybe a 7 seed if he's not on the roster. I think Boston's the third best team in the East. That's saying a lot about a guy who's under 6 feet tall, but he's a closer. He wants the ball late. He wants to make big shots. He wants to take big shots. I watched the guys in the Celtics like late in the game. They're like, all right, man, here you go. And he's willing to take those shots and make those shots. So, yes, Isaiah Thomas is the most important player on the team. He reminds me of what Chris Paul means to the Clippers, what George Hill means to the Jazz this year, Kawhi Leonard to the Spurs. These guys mean so much to those franchises that if you pluck them off of Westbrook off of OKC, Harden off of Houston, I don't know if you'd have playoff teams. You know, maybe in the Spurs case you would, but in those other teams, I don't think so. So Isaiah Thomas, we did last night a redraft of the 2011 draft.
And you moved him from 60 all the way up to
6. He didn't make my top 5.
Okay.
I had Kemba Walker at 5. I think that's an interesting conversation.
For sure.
Kyrie Irving was in that draft. He ended up going number 1. Jimmy Butler, Kawhi Leonard, Klay Thompson. Who would you have taken number 1 in that draft? If
Kyrie
you could
Irving.
redraft.
Probably roll with Kyrie Irving.
I'm the same way. Who would you take number 2?
That's tough, man. You said Klay and Kawhi.
Jimmy Butler as well.
Jimmy Butler. You know, I'm an offensive guy. I mean, a lot of people probably say Kawhi, but I'll probably roll with Klay. I mean, when you got a guy who can score 60 in 3 quarters and get you 37 in 1 quarter.
And guard. I had him 4.
Really?
Yeah, I had Jimmy Butler ahead of him.
3, and you had Kawhi 2?
And I think it was a great conversation. And then when you got down to 5, then it was Kemba, Isaiah Thomas, Valanciunas, who's had a nice career,
For sure.
but I don't know if he's better than those 2 guys. It got hairy there. The first 4 were clear-cut, however you want to position them, but it was a really good conversation.
Certainly shows you how tough it is for general managers to really see, you know, how players will develop, because who would have ever thought that Isaiah Thomas would have been the star that he is right now?